My business is Natalina's Kitchen, and we're going to make traditional potato gnocchi. This is probably my most requested recipe at the school. It's one of the most popular. Everyone loves gnocchi. Everyone seems to have, a best friend they grew up with whose mom used to make the best gnocchi, or an aunt, or of course a nonna or a grandma. And so of course it's kind of comfort food at its best. Everybody wants to learn to make them. Yeah. What I've got here is I've got 3 pounds of russet potatoes, and this is extremely important. For gnocchi, in order for them to be light and fluffy, you need a dry potato, a dry starchy potato, as opposed to a waxy or wet potato. You most definitely don't want to use a new potato, okay? So these are russet potatoes. So basically I boiled 3 pounds of russet potatoes till they were fully cooked, okay? So the knife needs to go all the way through very easily. And then you're gonna peel them and process them while they're still hot, okay? So once you process them through our ricer here, we're gonna spread them out just so they cool off, because of course when we add our other ingredients such as raw eggs, we don't want the eggs to cook on hot potatoes, okay? Now I've got measured here 3 cups of flour. You can certainly use all-purpose flour. I do have 00 Italian flour, which is just milled a little bit finer. So all-purpose is fine. If you want a really nice light gnocchi, I'd suggest investing in the Italian 00 flour. Okay, so we're gonna spread this over top. And again, in our pan here, it keeps it nice and contained with less mess. And then here I've got 2 large eggs that I've already cracked. I'm gonna beat those up. And to that, I'm gonna add 1 teaspoon of salt that I've already pre-measured. Okay, we're gonna pour this over here now. I lived in Italy, I lived in Milano for almost 3 years. It's just been amazing. I mean, I grew up obviously in an Italian household. So my mom, taught me a lot of what I know. And a big part of this is not just learning recipes, but it's rather learning Italian food culture. So Italian food culture would be, living like an Italian, and a lot of that has to do with ingredients, choosing ingredients. I mean, before using local ingredients was cool, Italian mamas and other nationalities as well, we're doing that already. And of course that guarantees the absolute best ingredients for your recipes. Okay, so I've tossed everything, and now we're gonna just simply bring the dough together. You wanna do this pretty quickly, and what I usually do is I usually bring little mounds together like this, and then occasionally I'll check it. And you're looking for dry spots of flour, which are still there, so we wanna incorporate it till those are all gone. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a number of mounds, and then I'll bring them all together. You don't want to work it too much. You can't really knead this dough because of the ratio of potatoes to flour. So you're not going to be able to knead it like a traditional pasta dough. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just check these, like I said. So that one looks like it's pretty well incorporated. I'm just making them more manageable sizes, these little sizes here. And this recipe makes lots, I should mention that. This makes about 8 to 10 servings, and they freeze really well. So once I show you how to form them, I'll give you some tips on how to freeze them. So we're gonna roll these out now. Okay, so what you wanna do is you wanna take a piece of dough, something that's manageable, okay? And we're gonna roll it into a snake. And actually, let me just put a little bit, not too much flour, because it'll actually slide if there's too much, okay? So we're gonna roll into a snake, about 1/2 inch in diameter, and then we're gonna cut them off, and I'll show you how to form them. Some places just simply do them like that. Just cut them, okay? Some will just put a little thumbprint in them, like that, okay? But the more traditional ones that everyone usually sees are the ones that roll off the fork, okay? So all you're doing is putting little indentations. That one kind of fell apart a bit. You're putting little indentations in them, and those will hold the sauce. So it's very important that when you cut them at this stage, they're all cut about the same size. Okay? Yeah, so they're all cooking evenly, and then this little tool is nice. See, the little indentations are a little bit more pronounced. So you want to dust these with a little bit of flour. I'm sure some Italian nonas would argue with you that you didn't need one. You just use the fork. So take them to our pot. So we've got a big pot of boiling water here. Okay. We're going to season it with salt. You want to generously season the water because we're not going to be eating the water. So we're going to over season the water so that the gnocchi will actually pick up a little bit of the seasoning. Okay. And then these are going to just carefully go in. Watch we don't burn ourselves. Okay. And now we'll give them a gentle little stir. It's about a minute or two. Once they come up and float, they're pretty much done. So I've got my serving bowl here. I'm going to spin a little bit of sauce in there. And my cookbook has a number of sauce recipes that would go really well with this. Okay, so you can see them starting to come up. So we're going to give it a gentle little toss, and they are pretty delicate. And then of course we'll have to taste them, right? So this is a little bit of Parmigiano, little pepperoncini. You're welcome. There you go, my dear. Enjoy.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
It smells just like my Nona's kitchen. I'm honestly being taken back to when I was
does
a little
it?
girl,
Awesome.
Yeah. The gnocchi melt in your mouth.
Yeah, they should be really light.
Not too heavy. And with the chili flakes and the...
Oh, and the cheese, yeah.
If you're looking to cook some classic Italian cuisine, you can visit Natalina's Kitchen for more information. For Guelph Today, I'm Sadie Janes.